To be honest, I don't blame him for trying to avoid the raw ditto. All right, let's get going here. We have WaDi's Mewtwo for game one, getting started, trying to go ahead and get those tried and true in neutral air. Just approaches right there, but MJ having none of it. Rolls away. Great side B out disadvantage.
Yeah, fun little confusion there to kind of confuse MJ off stage in that scenario. And WaDi looking at that's a regrab, but yeah, quick gyro.
And this is the thing, is that Mewtwo used to, in Smash 4, had basically a one-button disadvantage. All you do is you spam air dodge because it was so good. In this game, his disadvantage state is not the best. He has the ability to stall himself with side B. He has a relatively quick teleport recovery, but he's still got a big big hurt box, excuse me.
With that tail.
And he's got a slow double jump, so it's really hard for this character to get out of disadvantage. You have to be very judicious with the tools that you choose to use.
And so WaDi playing nice and careful, a lot more measured. You know, you can see him just like being very careful about how he would ever approach, trying to deal with a lot of the stuff that like Rob will just like pester you with. I like that Shadow Ball and the Shadow Claw conversion there.
Yeah, point blank range Shadow Ball just leads to so much, and great option by MJ actually, because if that Shadow Ball was on point, WaDi was dead.
Exactly, yeah, it is a reflector, so we gotta keep that in mind. Ooh,
no double jump.
No double jump. Oh, the teleport just barely keeping him alive.
Back there, very nearly going to do it here, but Rob heavy enough to survive that. May not survive the up throw next time, though.
Exactly. Again, the one thing I love about the Psychic characters, the PK Kids and Mewtwo, is the Psychics have the best throws. Like, they have like very potent, powerful throws in this game, and there's the up throw. Not quite killing, though. Rob's kind of heavy.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. There's no better kill screen in my mind than just Mewtwo flexing on you with an up throw to end the game. Yeah.
You can tell that's like, a lot of us are mashers, you know, a lot of us just press button buttons, but Mewtwo always uses his mind. Love to see it. Love to see that power. Ooh, love to see that Shadow Claw forward, clutching it, getting MJ's first stock there. And WaDi just trying to hang out as best he can.
Drag down up air? What was that? That was an interesting option by MJ. Gets the forward tilt as WaDi trying to just go ahead and get a little bit of extra credit here. I love these rollaways from MJ because you know that MJ is going to be looking for that grab just to finish off the stock early.
I love that, just the gyro gently colliding back into MJ's face very painfully. Shadow Claw. Or no, Shadow Ball getting a little bit of damage here. And oh, the tail. That's what we're talking about. That's the hurt box, baby.
Every Mewtwo says, you know, just go ahead and make the tail invulnerable, please. Please. But, I mean, sometimes you do get those wonky situations where Mewtwo is clearly off the platform, and that's kind of where I'm a little bit sympathetic to the Mewtwo mains, I'm not going to lie.
At the end of the day, you know, you got to play the hand you're dealt with.
You choose this. You chose this. This is the life you want to live. that up smash. Also, another move that get absolutely neutered from Smash 4.
WaDi needs to be very careful here at the ledge. Mewtwo deceptively light as well.
Oh no.
And that's the teleport's bad.
Yeah, that's a problem. This all of a sudden is starting to look a bit more difficult for WaDi. It's like, yes, he has a few options there, and that is one of them. The down throw, you have to hold out, and even then on big body characters sometimes get caught up by that Shadow Claw.
Now, you know, WaDi has some momentum here. You know, it's last stock scenario, catches him with the Shadow Ball, try to follow up with the down air, but not quite finding it, but a couple smacks of the tail. And that's a lot of percentage on MJ in the blink of an eye.
And this is the power of Mewtwo, really, is that he doesn't have a ton of like long, complicated strings other than like the footstool shenanigans, but he only needs a couple hits to rack you up. And look at the damage that he put on MJ and then finished it off with a Shadow Claw. That game looked to be slipping away from WaDi, but he sees it control on that last stock.
This is a Pokemon that resides in Uber tier for a reason. You know, funnily enough, I thought Steel type was introduced in Gen 2 to counteract Psychic types, you know, give them a little bit more resistance to them, make some tankier, but it turns out that it doesn't matter if you are the Steel, you might not be real, because WaDi coming out on top with this Mewtwo, making that game one nice and dominant.
And this is where the issue pops up of, even if MJ wins this game, it now becomes a best of 3 with WaDi having counterpick advantage. Game 1 in best of 5s is so important in a match where these players are so evenly matched.
Now we're going to FD, MJ's favorite counterpick.
Oh yeah, this man loves Final Destination. I mean, Rob has like a bunch of good stages, but I love to see the diversity among the top Rob mains, like what stages they think are best. From like, we see 8-Bit Man always goes town, and MJ almost always goes final.
It's fun to see that. Everyone got their favorite, you know? It might not be like their best in air quotes, but like it's what your favorite is. And you got to always go for those comfort picks when you need them.
Just those neutral air crosses by WaDi. He basically uses that to fully pressure shield and just bet that you do not have the speed to catch up to him and punish.
Got fully charged Shadow Ball on deck, trying to like bait out something, not quite finding it. Shadow Claw, not getting that free purchase either.
And just the fully charged Shadow Ball is such good pressure at edge. It kind of just forces MJ to pick an option. Right there, he picked wrong. WaDi was ready for that.
Yeah, the RPS game where your opponent gets to pick after you pick, so it's a really tough situation.
Just steady hitboxes is WaDi, just making these ledge situations look so hopeless for MJ. But now WaDi offstage, does he have the double? He does, but still gets clipped. And that's the problem with the teleport recoveries. They are a bit vulnerable, but phenomenal jump up from edge. Great ledge pressure by WaDi.
I love that, the gentle fade back to avoid MJ's up smash. That's the awareness there is so important. Speaking of important, not quite getting the disables he wants.
Trying to get a cheeky stock right there is WaDi instead. Using the side beat, but great aggressive option by MJ.
I like that, again, the reflective does come in handy. The back throw, not quite doing it. Run out some rogue Shadow Balls here and there. Option coverage galore, making sure that MJ can't really coexist above the stage line. But hey, that Shadow Ball does the trick, and WaDi doing amazing right now.
It feels like he's just got a read on MJ's options. He's basically just Shadow Balling, forcing MJ or kind of conditioning him to jump. But right there, using the uppy at the height of its apex just to barely make it back. Finally, MJ gets the grab that he's been looking for so long.
Oh, no.
And WaDi survived because he didn't mash.
I'm not sure if that's like the amazing awareness or just the laziness of WaDi. Like, I don't care. You know, it really is a testament to see like how difficult it is to pin down.
The delayed mash, though, it's definitely the move right there. There's no parry, not helping MJ out. Finally, the up throw should do it. Yeah, it doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter if there is no platform with how light Mewtwo is.
You can always keep that in mind. And WaDi sitting pretty on two clean stocks right now. All he needs to do is just like chase MJ off another flick of the tail. And how are we gonna land here? MJ hitting bit by bit, but like this is a losing war.
Yeah, that is all she wrote. A bit of vulnerability by Rob when he uses his up B at that level. You can't really do too much out of that that'll put you in a safe position. You have to like either aerial out of it, jump out of it, and WaDi recognized that and put a hitbox out that MJ could not avoid.
So 2-0 right now. WaDi doing really well, and MJ pulling out the Game & Watch. Now, traditionally, I think after WaDi lost the Ditto in Rob versus MJ, it's funny now that he brought up the Mewtwo as like the counter pick. Like, I'm gonna plot something different here. It's a little bit harder. Now MJ's going the counter pick to the counter pick. And that's the G dub.
Yeah, Mewtwo definitely feels like a character that could be vulnerable to Game & Watch because he's a big character. He has trouble in disadvantage. Game & Watch, small character, eats big characters alive typically because he's got such a strong combo game. And it is really hard to camp out Game & Watch when he's got that bucket.
Exactly. Bucket is something you really need to keep note of here because that Shadow Ball gets absorbed. It could be a payday for MJ. Jab one in the bucket is like a tried and true thing that Meister, of course, makes use of all the time. To keep that stuff in mind.
Also using the white Game & Watch so that people can't tell when you're spot dodging. I see you, MJ.
Grime. And honestly, it's a little bit easier to see on this stage, all things considered. So thank you.
All right, back throw not quite going to do too much more than to get a little bit of stage control for WaDi, and great weight right there by MJ. It looks like Game & Watch's ledge hang is low enough that he doesn't necessarily need to worry about that Shadow Ball that isn't fully charged swatting him away.
Yeah, back throw, not quite. And MJ playing that heavy character, and Rob has to play the very light character of Game & Watch. Like, look at how hard he's getting bounced around only at this percentage.
Now WaDi just trying to fake him out. Look at the mastery right there. That is how you open an opponent up without doing the same to yourself. He just canceled that charge a couple times and said, you know, I know you're going to come in. I know you're going to bite on this bait.
Now MJ down a stock right now, trying to hope this counter pick's going to work out for him. No such dice so far.
No, this feels like WaDi has a firm advantage even with this Game & Watch counter pick. It's just been defensive option after defensive option that gets called out. Like, even now the shield habits by MJ are getting eaten alive by dash grabs. That's when you know you're in dire straits.
WaDi just shooting for the skies right there, hoping to get that Shadow Ball off, but not quite finding it. MJ throwing some sausage and fish and bacon, oh my, at that ledge, but it's not working out for him.
Or tilt, no, that's not going to do it. And then just taking his time, I'm going to go ahead and charge out here. Do you really want to come fight me?
Kind of dangerous. Looking for something here.
MJ just trying his best with all these aggressive hitboxes, but nothing is working out. WaDi feels no need to hit forward. He will fight from the corner if he needs to because he has a firm lead, and he's just waiting for the point at which confusion into Shadow Claw becomes true.
So really finding your win con. I love the awareness from WaDi, and he is a 3 stocks to 1 right now. Might be in the corner, might be in some dire straits, but it does not matter.
Can we also talk about how when Game & Watch gets hit by confusion, it looks like almost like a force choke thing? He just goes limp, and it's like he's being held up by his head. It looks brutal. I've never seen Game & Watch have that animation.
Darth Mewtwo is a very real force.
And let the hate flow through you.
Oh.
I mean, I would hate playing this character. So.
Honestly, yeah, it makes sense.
Exactly.
And we all get a little bit angry messing around with the Game & Watch, but...
I was saying messing around with Mewtwo. This character is just as tilting as it was in Smash 4 when WaDi plays it. He makes this character look phenomenal.
Yeah, the character is absolutely insane in the right hands and better than WaDi. I was honestly expecting the hammer, of all things, just like the miracle.
That's one way to make it back.
It is. Ooh, poking, actually, because of that low shield. Shadow Claw now, MJ's on his last legs. Can he find anything to get himself in this game, or is it a little bit too far gone?
Ledge pressure was tuning up a little bit here, but the issue really is you need an early kill. Great up B, but he can't follow it up.
And the multi-hit of Nair is getting caught up even with the parry, and that up throw is all she wrote. Yes, sir.
Flexing on him is WaDi right there, taking it with a 3-0 with the up throw kill to end the set.
Yep, and that's going to be it. Good. It's very dominant by WaDi. I mean, we saw these two go back and forth a bit there, and MJ won the Rob Ditto a while ago. So to see like, okay, pull out the Mewtwo now, and now MJ's trying to go back to the drawing board. Figure out the solution to this problem that WaDi's consistently becoming.
So WaDi is going to be awaiting in grand finals on winner's side now, while MJ has quite a few names waiting for him in loser's bracket. Let's see if we can't pull up the bracket to find the latest updates. It does appear as though it's going to be Puppey versus ZD, as ZD has 2-0'd AOS, as Puppey 2-0'd Pink Fresh on stream. So, yeah, we're going to be bringing you Puppey versus ZD very shortly, and the winner of that will be facing up against MJ in the loser's final.
It's going to be a fun one for sure. Until then, we're going to see kind of what other players... Again, this is MD versus VA all the way down. We just saw the winners finals here in losers semis. We're about to see it again.